What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. What's going on in these black cities? In Dalton, Illinois, we have Tiffany Henyard, who is infamous for doing everything but the right thing. There is the lovely Natalie Hall, Mrs. I love to make my coworkers or workers clap cheeks or get fired. There's Fannie Willis, who's also, if you clap these cheeks, then I will make you an attorney on the Donald Trump case. And then there's Latoya Cantrell. You got Monique Owen, that was in East Point. They got rid of her. We got Latoya Cantrell. Latoya Cantrell is actually from California. She's a West Coast chick, but moved to New Orleans, where a lot of this corrupt behavior might be a little bit more acceptable in an all black city. Not to say that New Orleans is corrupt, but I do notice that these black cities love the buffoonery. These black cities love more of, they're a little bit more lenient, right? I'm saying that as a black person. You know, you can get a little bit more away with things in Atlanta, New Orleans, Memphis, Detroit, Jackson, Mississippi, than you're gonna get away with in Sacramento. We know that. So Latoya Cantrell was married to Mr. Jason Cantrell. He died. It's too bad while he was living, and he was also an attorney, she was having allegedly a sexual relationship with her own police officer, a guy by the name of Vappie. Now, she has denied these charges. Let's play this clip here.
All expenses incurred doing business on behalf of the city of New Orleans will not be reimbursed to the city of New Orleans. One thing is clear, I do my job, and I will continue to do it with distinction, with dignity and integrity every step of the way. And so that's what I'll have to say on that.
But we saw them going in and out of apartments. We saw them traveling to San Francisco, okay? Meetings wrapped up Friday at noon, but they didn't leave until they boarded a flight until 11:05 p.m. There's some allegations of them going to Dubai, spending taxpayers' money. And here's my favorite clip. The clip in which she said that, you know what, there was no way that she was going to refund the city's money when she was using the city's money to fly business class when she shouldn't. Let's play that clip.
Sure. So first of all, that is a personal matter as it relates to the Vappie family. And actually, it's none of my business and quite frankly, none of yours. As it relates to my involvement or the false allegations, you know, I've responded to that. I get them all the time and they just haven't stopped. It's really interesting. They just haven't stopped and I really don't expect them to. As I've stated, you know, based on the false allegations that come my way, by the time I finish this job, literally, you know, accused of sleeping with half of the city of New Orleans, both genders and all pronouns. I'm known as Teddy sometimes and then Teddy other times. So with that, false allegations do not, that's basically all I have to say about it.
So now, let's go back to the city-owned Upper Pontalba apartment, which overlooks Jackson Square, okay? We see them going in and out of this apartment together, spending hours of the workday inside. His former wife says that he was in there clapping cheeks. So now what they're doing is they're investigating her. And you know who they are? The FBI. And you know what? When the FBI are interested in giving those potential charges, they're going to find everything. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Let's say, for an example, what's going on with Tiffany Henyard over there in Dalton. In Dalton, Illinois, for an example, Tiffany Henyard was refusing to give business licenses to people that refused them. So how did she respond? Well, I'm not going to renew your license. You don't want to endorse me. So now this has been alerted to the FBI. You're on the FBI's page of ideas. Now what they're going to say is, let's look into it. The same way with Fannie Willis, Nathan Wade, they're gonna look into this. All of these kickbacks, okay, that they're using from the city's money. And then you're going around here like, it doesn't matter, or you don't care. That's your attitude. It doesn't matter. You don't care. You will do whatever you want gladly And so now it's like, okay, so since you gladly want to do whatever you feel like doing, well, you know what? Here's what can happen then. Since you feel like you can do whatever you want to do, boom, take that. Let's check you out. Because largely what happens is that these ladies have not read history. I don't know what the problem is. They don't understand that absolute power corrupts absolutely. So maybe they feel like nothing will happen to them for whatever reason. Like, you know what? I'm going to be okay. This won't affect me. This won't be my problem. This won't be my issue. This won't be my concern. That concern is for someone else, not me. You know, like, I'm a black woman. This is what you're going to probably hear, right? And I'm not saying this is going to be for everybody who's a black woman saying this, but I've been hearing that when you've been looking at some of these things going on with some of these attorneys. Look at Attorney Mosby, beautiful lady too out there in Baltimore. What was the first thing that they said about her in Baltimore? With her multiple charges, she will be disbarred too, by the way. What did they say? Marilyn Mosby. She says, all her followers are saying, well, she's a black woman, that's why. Or maybe it's not about being a black woman. Maybe it's about she happens to be a black woman and made a series of really bad mistakes while being, at the same time, a black woman, right? Racism is not always the case for all of these issues, although we want to make it the case, okay? Racism, somebody has to always suffer. It's always somebody's fault. That's not always the case, guys. It's not. And the reality is that we have people in the black community who want the ability to do whatever they feel like doing whenever they feel like doing it. That's the situation. I'm black, so therefore, I want to do whatever I feel like doing whenever I want to do it. And you should be largely okay with that. That's the problem. You shouldn't have any issue with me wanting to do whatever the hell I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's what I feel like doing. And who's going to check me? Well, I got an idea who might check you. The FBI, okay? Things must be done decently and in order. It doesn't mean that we have to like it. There are a lot of things in life I wish that I don't have to do. If I could do it my way, I wouldn't do it. But damn it, life got rules. You don't get to do whatever you feel like doing because you can do it. That's not what you get to do, all right? You can feel like that if you'd like to, but that's something that you gotta get over. This is life. Life is quite difficult. Life is hard. Life has rules. So, and what I'm seeing now is, well, it's the county's money. It's like my money. It's no different than some of these pastors. These pastors be the same way. Like, look, this is my money. Who care about these churches? It's my money. Okay. So then when they come out there and they hit you with those charges or somebody pull you out, call you out on things, don't then try to run and say, well, they're doing it because I'm a black pastor. Appreciate for all you do, subscribe to the bell. We're out.